This is the first recipe that we're going to be using in our Super Bowl recipes video. So let's get into it. So here is a note about the baking powder. So Lauren Allen, the owner of this recipe, said that you should use aluminum-free baking powder, not baking soda, for this recipe. I recommend Rumford brand. We have Rumford and we're using it right here. All right, so now let's tell you the ingredients. All you need is chicken wings,
it's about 4
powder,
pounds.
yes,
4 pounds of
pounds,
chicken wings. Yep.
2 tablespoons of baking powder, aluminum free, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now for the buffalo sauce, you need Frank's Wings hot sauce, light brown sugar, and water. All right, so now let's get into this recipe. All right, so now we're going to preheat our oven to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, just click off. We're going to set it to 425 degrees. All right, it started. All right, so now we have to pat dry the wings with paper towels and make sure you dry them very well because you don't want them to be very moist.
This way, all the seasonings will stick to them. Good.
Yes. All right, so now we're going to make a seasoning blend for our wings. So we have pink Himalayan salt,
Garlic powder.
we're going to add the Rumford baking powder,
Pepper.
and paprika.
All right.
I think that's good. All right, so our seasoning blend is now all mixed around.
It's all mixed good. I'm going to add the wings in a bowl. And then we'll put our seasoning in.
And that's all the wings we have in a bowl. And now we're going to add our seasoning blend onto the chicken wings. Make sure you get it all over there, not just in one spot. Shake it around.
Good.
Try to get it going every wing.
All right. I just want to toss them. So we're using our baking pan with a rack on top. We line the bottom with parchment paper, or you can use aluminum foil.
So now we're going to put our wings in the oven at 325.
We're going to cook them about 20 minutes, and then we're going to turn them.
Yes, and then until they're golden, brown, and crispy. All right, so now we're going to make our buffalo sauce. So this said to use like Frank's Red Hot or something, but we just used the hot sauce we have in the house. That's 1/3 cup of this. 1/3 cup. Make sure that gets all in there. I'm gonna grab a spoon that gets it all in.
All right, and a cup of brown sugar.
Yes, they said you can add 1.5 cups, but we thought that was a little much, so that's why we have only a cup. And we also have 1 tablespoon of water, and now we're going to whisk this around. So now we put our buffalo sauce on the stove, and we have it on about medium-low heat, and keep whisking it until it kind of looks like
total dissolves.
Yeah, total dissolves. So now it is time for a taste test for our wings. They're nice and crispy, just how I like it. And we have some ranch in here, and we also have our buffalo sauce. I don't like buffalo sauce, so Chef Pop, you're going to try that, and I will try
No,
the
it's a
ranch.
little hot.
Yeah. All right, let's try it. Mmm.
Good.
Now I'm gonna try
Nice and
one.
crispy.
I'm gonna try one without the ranch to see if it like overpowered and see if it's good. Even good without the ranch. Thumbs up. Try the wings.
This is good, this sauce.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet and spicy.
What's up, guys? I'm Chef Bone. I'm here with
Chef Nonna.
And today we're going to make a pizza dip. So in the pizza dip that we're going to be making, you need 8 ounces of cream cheese softened, half a cup of pizza sauce, half a cup of mozzarella, and a half a cup of pepperoni.
And which I made my own pizza sauce. So I love this. It's just Colavita makes a crushed tomato. So it's a little chunky. So what I did was I kind of like smashed it up a little bit. I added just a little bit of seasoning, salt, pepper, oregano, basil, and a little bit of sugar. So that's basically.
So who did you get this book from?
So I bought it from the church. So where I was working, they were actually selling them. It was a donation. And I got a lot of good recipes out of there.
Cool.
Kudos to Millie.
Millie, yes. Thank you,
Millie.
Millie,
All
for
right.
this recipe.
So now
Alright,
we're going to
so-
combine.
Now we have our cream cheese, and we're going to add our pizza sauce with the cream
And we're
cheese.
going to mix
in
that
the
up
bowl.
good. Oh. Here, let me switch that to that.
Make sure the tomatoes don't get on your hand and your clothing like it went on mine. But I just wiped it off, and now it's
We're
fine.
good. See, look, the spoon worked better.
Yes.
I'm going to smash it all down. So now what are we going to do after this? We're going to put that into our baking dish because this is going to go in the oven. Alrighty. So now that looks pretty good. So I just smashed it and incorporated the tomatoes into our cream cheese. All right, that looks good. So now I'm going to put this into here.
And now I think we should use the spatula.
Oh, you're so smart. I was thinking the same thing. All right, I'm going to take that. We have a little bit more in here. Good. Can I scrape this bowl? And now you're going to get, what are we going to put on top?
A half cup of pepperoni. Make sure you just sprinkle
Let
it
me
all
spread
over.
this
Don't
evenly.
Don't sprinkle it like just in one spot. Sprinkle it all over.
Oh, this is going to be good. This is all going to melt. All right. So put a little bit of that, and then I'm going to put some cheese, and we'll layer it twice.
Yeah.
So you'll go with that. Do about half of that. Perfect. A little bit over here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do half of the cheese. So it's supposed to be a half a cup of each. I don't measure too good. I did a little bit. Probably like 3/4
We
of
eyeballed
each.
it.
Yeah, we did. But it's more cheesier
Yeah.
and a little more spicier with the pepperoni. All right, go ahead. Spread that all over. Perfect. And then I'll do the cheese. You can do the rest of that all around. Perfect. This is going to be good.
This is going to be good.
Yeah, I never had this before, but I found it in the book, and I've made a couple recipes from that book. It's pretty good. All right, now I'm going to go on top with the cheese. So this is a perfect recipe for the Super Bowl. What do you think?
Yeah, because I know like a lot of people have like dips, so
Yeah, this is going to be a good
this
one.
book came in handy.
Yeah, and then you know what you can do? Just serve this with crackers or even like crusty bread you can cut up, and you're good to go. Now we're going to put it in the oven for how long? Preheated oven.
350, and you're going to bake it for 20 minutes until cheese is bubbly.
All right, sounds good.
So now it's time for our taste test. All right, let's try it.
It's yummy. Very yummy. What do you
Tastes
think?
like pizza.
Yes, it tastes like the topping of a pizza.
But I think that's because we have your gravy in it. It tastes like your
Pizza sauce.
Yeah.
Pizza sauce in there. But yeah, it's pretty good. Make it. I would suggest make it. Leave it in the oven until the cheese bubbles. That's what we did. 20, 25 minutes. Enjoy.
What's up, guys? I'm Chef Bone. I'm here with
Chef Nonna.
And today we're going to make Nonna's cookies.
My Nonna's cookies. So this is an old recipe. We're going to introduce the ingredients. So what do we have here?
We have 1 Crisco stick,
2 cups of sugar.
6 eggs.
You want to talk about the vanilla?
2 teaspoons of vanilla. This is homemade vanilla.
Chef Bull made it for me for Christmas. Homemade vanilla. Then we have our 4 cups of flour and 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
The baking powder that we're using is Rumford aluminum-free baking powder. Alright, so we just added our vanilla extract into the 6 eggs.
All right, I'm going to add our baking powder into the flour. And what I do is I just go like this, kind of incorporate it a little bit. That I put aside because we'll do that last. First thing you're going to start with, you could either do the sugar or do the Crisco stick.
I'll do
Can
the
go
sugar.
right in?
Right in our KitchenAid mixer.
All right, we're going to put this in here. We put our Crisco stick in, and now we're going to blend this on low. Mix it a little bit. Yeah, just to incorporate. Up first, it would help if I put this down. This up and this over. And we're going to mix that a little bit. And once that starts to mix, go a little higher.
You can make it on like start to like 4. You can mix it.
All right, now I'm going to keep it on this because I like this speed. That's starting to incorporate. I'm going to switch places with you and just start. Just scrape the sides. And now we're going to add the eggs. A little egg mixture, a little bit at a time. All right, we're good. Do you need me to lower that to start putting it in? All right, hang on. So I'll lower that. Just put a little bit in, not the whole mixture. There you go, like half. And then keep that there. We're going to mix this a little bit. A little bit at a time. Get that all good. Now, I always say this when I make this recipe. My grandmother didn't have something like this. She did everything by hand. So she's looking down on me saying, stop mixing those eggs so much because it's not needed. So we'll add the rest. So that was our egg and vanilla mixture. And now I'm gonna continue with this a little bit, just till that's all mixed together. And then we'll gradually add our flour mixture, which already I added the baking powder. Now that's looking good. So I'm gonna stop that, lower it, scrape my sides, and then we can start with the flour mixture. So back in the day too, I don't know, the eggs are funky now these days, like size-wise. So it all depends. The flour is a little tricky. I always start with the 4 cups of flour. So basically, the original recipe is doubled. My grandmother used to do the 12 eggs. We do the 6 eggs. So I always say cut it in half if you're not making too much, but it still makes a lot of cookies. So anyway, my grandmother would always start with the amount of flour and then have a couple extra flour on the side when you're working the dough, just in case you need it. So I'm gonna, go ahead, you wanna pour it a little bit in? We're gonna go a little bit at a time, and then we'll hold off on that. We'll go back again. Because if you put too much, you know where that flour's going, in our face. All right, looking good. I'm gonna lower it again. You're gonna put some more flour, mixture. All right, let's stop. We're gonna go again, a little bit at a time.
Flour on the table.
So it's very simple, this recipe. Simple ingredients, what, 6 ingredients?
Yeah.
The trickiest part is just getting used to the texture of the dough and what I know the feel. It should be workable, not too sticky, but not dry. If you put too much flour, they'll be like rocks. So we don't want rocks. So we stick with the recipe, and if you need more flour, it's always better to put the flour on your hands rather than in the actual recipe. So And then you gradually add till you like the consistency. Some people like it a little thicker. I like it on the softer side. And they come delicious. All right, so this is my basic recipe for all the cookies I make for holidays and even for my regular my biscotti recipe. All right, that should do it. So I put in everything we measured out already, and then we'll see if we need to add more. But most of the time, it's been on point. I usually don't have to add that much more. So now you'll see it's starting to come to the consistency we want. Once this is all incorporated, it's looking good. It's starting to draw away from the sides, go to the middle. I'm going to lower it a little bit. You can see that? That's what you want it to look like. All right. And now I'm going to actually see if I need to add more flour, but I'm going to actually take it out and I'm going to go over to the table, turn it over onto a floured surface on my table, and we'll start working with it.
All right, so preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit.
All right, so we're ready to roll out our dough. I put a little bit of flour on our surface here.
And I floured my hands.
The dough looks beautiful. I could tell just the way when I just turned it around. Watch. If I can get it out. Look how beautiful that is. So I didn't even touch it. I didn't do anything. This is the dough that was made. Beautiful? Beautiful.
Yes.
All right, let me scrape the sides. We don't want to waste anything.
Yes.
All right.
This good cookie
That could have been another cookie.
This good cookie
All right.
dough.
So, I keep a little bit of flour on the side here for my hands or if I feel like it's too sticky, but look how beautiful. I didn't even work this dough and you really don't have to. My grandmother used to say the more you work it sometimes is worse. It'll get hard. So watch. Look. Good job. No, that's good. Put a little bit of flour, and what I do is, this is an important step. I only keep out the dough that I'm working with right now. So say I want to roll out some cookie cutters over here. This I put in here, and we'll put this in the refrigerator. I cover it with press and seal, and I put it in the refrigerator. I'm only going to work with this. Now watch. I do a little bit of flour on the rolling pin, and then I roll this out. Not too thick, but not too... All right, so we're going to do our cookie cutters. We're going to use our cookie cutters. We're going to make some footballs. We're not going to take them out. I'll show you a trick. So first, press them all in. Look, this is a cool one because you can make 2 of them. So that's 2 separate cookies. So we're going to press all of them in and then peel away the dough and put them on our trays. All right. I know they're not promoting us, but Pampered Chef I absolutely love. I've had these pans for about 30 years. I used to do demonstrations. Well, I used to host a demonstration and I got a lot of free stuff and they're great. A lot of my tools are from Pampered Chef. Love them.
It's in the chat.
All right, so we're placing them on our tray. So I will be shaping them better. But yeah, that's pretty much, so you could use this dough for any shapes you want. We're going to continue doing more footballs and hearts, and then you'll see the aftermath of when we decorate them. They'll look beautiful.
Yes, and hand make a biscotti. Chef Strata thought of a great idea to use our extra cookie dough. He said that we should make a field goal post. So we did that, and Chef Strata's making the second one. So our Nonna's cookies are in the oven, and let them bake for 12 to 15 minutes.
Now we have this much dough left. We did our cookie cutters. Now we're going to make biscuits. Biscotti.
Yes.
Biscuits. I call them biscuits. Oh, my filling. So I chopped up pecans, and I have little mini chocolate chip morsels. Sometimes I put craisins in, depending if I want to do it. But today it's just pecans and chocolate chip. Perfect. What's there not to like about that? All right. So now watch. I just keep turning it over, incorporating everything together.
You made them. Did you ever make them without a filling? I thought you did. Did you?
Without fillings, yes.
Yes.
And then sometimes I always put. I'll show you what I put on top. It's just shaved. Go ahead. Incorporate that all together, and then we're going to make maybe one big log instead of 2 little logs. We'll see. And then we're going to put it on this pan. He incorporated all of the chocolate chips and pecans into the dough. You could break this up and make 2 small logs. I'm just gonna go for it and make one big long one. So now just keep doing this, roll it, and then I kind of form it right on the pan. I'll show you. That's it.
That's a big log.
And watch, I'm gonna go long ways like this. So you can do 2 small, you can do whatever. All right, this is, I'll come over here. This isn't dirty over here.
All right, and now.
And then watch, now watch. And then I press a little bit. So you could do two little ones side by side, or I just went for the whole big one. And now watch, I press, try to make it the same size.
One time we had like Subway's foot-long cookie.
Look like that?
Yeah, kind of looks like the same shape. Kind of the same shape.
And this is kind of the thickness I like. So I kind of press it down till it forms like about this, and then I just go like this. Make it a little even, and there's your log.
Are you ready?
And then you're going to cut them off. Yep, now watch. Sometimes I used to do an egg wash in the past, but I skipped that part. Now I just use that shaved sugar and sprinkle right on top. You can put whatever you want on top. I like to do this. I don't have to decorate or do anything after, and it bakes right in the oven like this.
We got the clear sugar from Target, but
Go
I
more.
think in other places
There we
they
go.
would have it as
So
well.
it's just shaved. That's perfect. And we're good to go. Now it can go in the oven.
All right.
All right, so we decorated some of our cookies, not all. We didn't get to the football ones yet because I actually have to make brown icing.
Yes.
But we did our Valentine's one.
And you need red and green icing to make brown icing.
Yeah, so we ran out of time, but I'll get to the footballs. But we did our Valentine's, we did our biscuits. We're going to do a taste test. I even just did the goalpost real quick. So just the footballs are left. But everything, like I said before, is the same dough. Basically 12 to 15 minutes cooking. Biscuits cook a little bit longer. I don't twice bake my biscuits. Most people do.
Yes.
I like them on the softer side. So I just make sure you're going to eat a biscuit. They're brown at the bottom. Once the log comes out, then just cut them. So we can have a biscuit. You want to try a different one too? So this one had pecans and mini chocolate chips.
I'll try this.
And these
one.
are my
This
favorite
one's
with
sticking in.
coconut.
All
All
right.
right, ready?
Cheers.
No, it's a good biscuit.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. Some people like to dip them, so you might want them harder consistency. Then just after they're cut, turn them on their side, pop them in the oven for like another 5 minutes. That's about it. You want to try a different one?
All right. You want to try the coconut one?
I was too busy talking with my mouth full. I didn't finish chewing. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good. What do you
Thumbs
think?
up. 10 out of 10.
It's a perfect
Best
cookie.
cookies.
Personally, I think it's good because not a lot of sugar. So basically a cup of sugar is in that whole big mix that makes close to 100 cookies.
And
So-
it's kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you
it's so
prefer
sweet.
not to decorate them like we did, you can just eat them plain and they're even better for you rather than putting everything on. But what's the fun? There's no fun in it if you don't decorate them. Each occasion, make them.
What's up, guys? I'm Chef Bone. I'm here with
Chef Pop.
And today we're going to make a bloomin' onion. This recipe is from the Food Network, and this is a little note they wrote about the bloomin' onion. Outback Steakhouse serves 40,000 bloomin' onions every day. That's about 62 million calories worth of the chain's famous appetizer.
That's a lot of onions.
Yes. So now we're going to cut the onion. The author of this recipe wrote a little note, so let's read it. How to slice a bloomin' onion. 1. Cut off a ½ inch from the pointy stem end of the onion, then peel. 2. Place the onion cut side down. Starting ½ inch from the root, make a downward cut all the way through to the board.
That's gonna be like
Repeat
this.
to make 4 evenly spaced cuts around the onion. 4. Continue slicing between each section until you have 16 evenly spaced cuts. 5. Turn the onion over and use your fingers to gently separate the outer pieces. Alright, so we put our flour in a big bowl, and now we are going to add some seasonings and some wet ingredients. So the seasonings that they tell you to use are cayenne pepper, paprika, thyme, oregano, cumin, and black pepper. But we're just going to use paprika, oregano, and black pepper. Alright, so let's add the paprika. Let's add the oregano. And the black pepper.
Alright. We'll mix this. Alright. Our 2 eggs.
Or 1 cup of water.
And our cup of milk.
Yes.
Alright, and we'll mix this all up.
Yes.
You want the honors?
Alright. Alright, so now we're going to put our onion in a separate bowl. This may or may not be our 3rd time trying to put this in the bowl because it kept falling apart.
Alright, we got it in.
And now we're going to put the
Get our
flour
batter.
mixture in the bowl with the onion. Do you want to do the honors?
Sure. Alright, so just kind of pour it in and coat it. Alright.
And then you're going to want it a little coated. Alright, I think that's good.
Alright. So our onion's all coated, and we're going to drop it into the fryer. And our basket. Alright, so the oil's up to 375, and I'm going to drop it in. Alright. That's it.
So we have some extra batter left, and also, since we have some extra onions, we're going to deep fry the onions in the mixture. So we just checked on our bloomin' onion, and the batter kind of made the onion stick back together. So our blooming onion is done, so now we're going to make the sauce for it. Alright, so now we're going to make the sauce. Alright, so in a bowl we have our sour cream, and now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of mayo, 2 tablespoons of sour cream, and 2 tablespoons of mayo. Now we have 1.5 teaspoons of ketchup.
Alright.
There's a half teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce. We have a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika. I feel like we should add a little bit more. That's why I was kind of laughing. And now you can add cayenne pepper if you want, but
Forgot
we
the
don't really
horseradish.
like spice. So
The
yeah.
horseradish.
Oh yeah, we should add
I'll spice
that.
it up.
Yes, that will make it taste
So that's
like that. Yes.
So that's a tablespoon.
Yes, a tablespoon of that. Then you mix it up. It should be like the sauce. And review is coming in 3, 2, 1. So now it is time for the taste test. So we actually seasoned with some salt right when it came out of the fryer. All right, so now let's dip it in the sauce and let's try it. Great, not too spicy.
Now it's good.
It's the perfect amount of spiciness. Like it's not too hot, but not spicy.
Kind of tangy.
Like it's kind of tangy,
It's good.
yeah.
Alright.
I'd give this like a 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.